Welcome to Haxby Shed and another Odd Jobs and Stickers. Let's do a few odd jobs first and then the stickers. Here's another odd job. A friend of mine bought this lovely watering can for his wife, but straight away it had a problem. I don't know how anybody thought this was going to hold. It's just soldered onto the end of this piece of tube, this brace here, just straight on the end with no reinforcement. So that's the job, just to fix that. So I'll find a copper strip or something to put around here to strengthen it and solder it on. Now, it's galvanised, and I couldn't remember if you can solder galvanised, to be honest. So I just tried it on the bottom, and it solders very nicely actually. If you can see that spot there, that's a little bit of solder I put on, and it's going to solder very easily. I've got some 10mm copper central heating pipe. I'll cut a length off, I'll flatten it into a strip. This part here is about 30mm diameter, and I'll be able to form the strip around this piece of stock 30mm bar. Put it round there then onto this strut here and just solder it on. I might be able to polish up and varnish it, and it might look like it was part of the original thing. Quick clean up with the wire brush, and that's the copper strip for the repair. I've got it into the kind of shape I want, so I'll just flux it on the inside and solder it on now. Usual story. Turns out this rod here is not the same material as this, so whereas this solders easily, this doesn't want to solder. I've managed to get this side of the copper strip bonded to this, but it's probably not very good. So what I'm doing is putting in a couple of self-tappers. It won't look quite as nice, but it's going to work. I'll just put a bit of spray varnish on it. Stop the copper going green for a bit. It's not the greatest repair ever, but it'll do for this. Just a further word on this. I've had a break and a coffee, and I've been thinking about it. And I think probably this is tin plate and this is galvanized steel. And I can see how this is riveted here. So how they thought this was going to solder very well to this here, I can't imagine. That's the conclusion I came to. You might correct me. But anyway, job's done. Here's another odd job, barely worthy of the photons required to video this. I had one of these battery testers for years with an analog scale. Eventually the analog scale gave up, so I bought this one, which is digital. It's really handy for me because I have one of those Wi-Fi controlled thermostats in the house, but it takes batteries and it runs out at the most inconvenient times. So just occasionally I'll test how much there is left. The batteries last about 6 months, something like that. So it's really useful. It only cost me about £2.50, £3 delivered, but now it's stopped working. I should really chuck it in the bin, buy another for that price, but you know, let's see if we can fix it. What I suspect is a wire's dropped off inside. So, cross-point screwdriver. If this job takes more than 15 minutes, I'll give it up and buy another. Let's have a look. There we go. As you can see, it's very advanced. That's a joke, by the way. Oh, and guess what? Look, the wires come off. So I've got to remake the connection inside. Strip this wire back, solder it on, job done. There we are, it's exposed it. Just got to tin it Come on, get out of the way. There we are, it's tinned. Take this off. There's 2 connections there. Either side works. I'll see if I can do this on camera. In all probability I can't. Hang on. God, it's the most difficult thing. These things jump around when you're trying to hold them in place. Oh, there we are. I didn't even melt the plastic. Now that's repaired, I think. But the thing is, how do we stop it happening again? Because this wire is very brittle. And the answer is, we use a bit of this silicone sealant. Put plenty on, and it'll just hold that sole joint in place there. Anywhere that I can see a bare wire or a loose wire, just whack a bit of silicone on it, look. And then a bit in here. Let's turn that round so you can see. Just put loads in here, look. This knob will never slide again. Okay, well, with the silicone in the right places, drop this back on, screw it together. How long has this taken? Just a few minutes, that's all, isn't it? Get myself a test battery. Here we are. Get it right way round. That way, I think. And there we are. Ta-da! Can you see that? And that's another odd job done. I've got stickers from 3 channels today, all very different. One in the UK, one in the States, one in Australia. And the first one I'm going to show you is, let's hope this focuses, Ralphie Customs. Now Ralphie customises motorbikes, but he's also a tattoo artist. He's got about 11,500 subscribers. But anyway, he has about the best opening riff of any video I've ever seen. I just love it. I'm going to show it to you on my electronic clipboard.
I've not got my glasses on, but I'm trying to show you that it's outside as we're leaving the old homestead. But hey, let's see what happens. It's going to be a bit of a winter adventure, this one. Pop pickers, we're just -1, so it's 30 degrees if you're in bananas. -1 degrees.
Now, the second channel that I'm going to tell you about is this one, Knox Machining. Let's hope these are focusing. Now, Billy, who's the person who sent me this sticker, is completely different from Ralphie. He's in Knoxville, Tennessee, and he volunteers with a social enterprise. So I'll let him tell you all about that on the clipboard viewer. But he only has about 750 subscribers. He's another guy that I met on Harold's ARW channel. Another nice guy. Let's let it roll.
Hi everyone, I'm Billy and I run the Knox Machining channel. You know, I work out of here out of the Knox Makers makerspace in our machining area.
Great, and you do have the YouTube channel, Knox Maker?
They're Knox Machining.
Knox Machining, I'm sorry.
Yes,
yep, I'm confused already. You just told me what it was.
It's all right. Yeah, keep them differentiated. You know, I run the Knox Machining channel, but Knox Makers is its own nonprofit organization. So since I'm not representing them directly, I run my own channel.
Cool. So I'm gonna make a confession here. This is the first maker space that I've actually ever been to. And I know they're a big thing in a lot of bigger cities and stuff. Most people know I live in a pretty rural area, so we don't have anything like this around us, but I know a lot of guys that have these, and this is a really great concept. And a lot of your bigger areas, suburban areas, whatever, will have these maker spaces. So tell people what a maker space is if they don't know.
So basically a makerspace is a community workshop where people can come and utilize the tools and the workspace to build and make things. You know, if you live in an apartment or a small house or, you know, something like that, you don't have room to make your things. So you can come down here and pay a membership and you get to use our wood shop, our machining, blacksmithing. We got fiber arts, electronics, 3D printing, welding and blacksmithing. So you can come down and use our facilities and use our tools, learn new disciplines. If you don't know how to do something, check with one of us. We do authorization classes and we do skills builder classes and that kind of thing. It's a really nice way to meet new people with like minds and learn and go from there.
And the third one that I'm going to talk about is this one. Give that chance to focus. Cam at Battler. Now Cam's got about 4,500 subscribers. He's in Geelong, Australia. Now he does some neat engineering stuff and I'll show you a bit of that. But Cam is also remarkable because he gives us quite an insight into his life. A little bit about where he lives, which is fairly normal. But he also talks about the fact that he had prostate cancer and had his prostate removed. And he explains in about 4 videos, I think 1 before and 3 after, with absolute brutal honesty, the whole process of having his prostate removed and how he felt 1 month, 2 months, 3 months after he'd had it done. He's okay now, but you know, I have a little bit of prostate cancer. I'm not at his stage. I might be fine actually, if I'm lucky. But for anybody going through that, really I can recommend Cam's videos on that. And the other thing is, at another time he explained a whole thing where his father was going into a home. And that was ever so difficult because it was around that time my father was going into a home as well. And again, you know, that as much as anything is what attracted me to Cam's channel, even though he does do neat engineering stuff. So let's share a bit of his video.
Righto, here's our crank disc we made up an awful long time ago.
So now you've seen the videos, let's get the stickers on the door. Save the battery. We'll try and get these level. It was actually one of my Australian subscribers who put me onto Cam. So if you're watching this, thank you very much for that. That will do. The light's not very good in here today, but I've realised that, you know, if you're a foreign correspondent in a war zone and the light's not very good, you can't say to the people in the army, hey, can you hang on a minute because the light's not very good today, can you do the battle tomorrow? Doesn't work, does it? So with that spirit in mind, we'll just carry on. So thank you, Ralphie. Where shall we put it? Here we go. I'm going to go there. 2 circles together. How do you make a circle line up with a line? You don't. Oh, it's a bit wonky. Too much talking, not enough thinking. That'll do. Thank you, Ralphie. Now, Knox machining. Oh, come on. Can you ever get these open? I never can. I always get my wife to do it. Never mind. Try and line it up there. And then finally, Cam. Thank you, Cam. Good eye. He always starts his emails to me with good eye. Well, this really isn't coming off now. Give me a minute. This one looks like it's cut out to shape, you know, this shape, but I can't separate it, so I'm going to put it on as it is. Let's put him up there, look, and I can line that up. That's it. Right, well, if you'd like one of my stickers, I'll put the email address up here, and I'll be very happy to send you one, and if you want to send one to me, I'd love to have it. I hope that was useful to you. Thank you for watching Haxby Shed. Do you know, I must tidy this place up because I've just banged my foot on that welding rotator I'm making. Do you want to see it? Okay. There, it was that one. There will be a series on the welding rotator. It's taken a while to put it together. See you later.